I'm Tracy Walker, and I'm going to share a chapter of my book called The Cards I Was Dealt That Transformed My Life. And the chapter I'm going to read from today is chapter 15, My Soulmate Found. We'd found each other in such an unexpected way. After that 3 a.m. walk along the beach, we met up again and went to the movies, drove up the beach in the four-wheel drive, the usual things, just getting to know each other. Anzac Day was coming up, and as he was a naval reservist, this commemoration was a huge day for him. On the other hand, I had 3 children to look after. I couldn't bring them with me, nor could I leave them on their own. I'd love to go with you, I said, but the kids. He understood he had children of his own, and I'd grown in confidence, meaning I didn't need to go. Go and enjoy your day with your mates, I added. So that's what he did. The next time we spoke, however, my intuition told me he was struggling with something. It just felt different. Can we talk, he said. We arranged to meet at one of the shopping centre eateries. He was there and arrived before me, and I could see he just wasn't himself. I knew something was amiss. He brought me a drink, and when he passed it to me, he could not even look me in the eye. My intuition told me something was wrong. He was rattled and he was fidgety. The old me would have gone straight into the worst case scenario, but that wasn't who I was anymore. I was confident and wasn't desperate to have someone in my life. The chat was idle, trivial, like it was the first time we'd met. I let it go for a bit, but eventually I knew I needed to be the one to prompt it. I can see you're uncomfortable, I said. Just say it. Get it out in the open. What did you want to talk about? Naturally, I was concerned, but I was no longer that insecure little girl I was with my alcoholic partner all those years ago. I'd grown immensely and didn't need someone to make me who I was. His eyes were downcast. He really looked miserable. I met someone, he blurted out, on Anzac Day. It was not lost on me that my lifelong fear of missing out because I hadn't tagged along somewhere had just been realised. All of my childhood doubts bubbled to the surface. As much as I'd worked to overcome them, they were still with me and always would be. The difference was my awareness of them. I could have let my fear rise up and consume me. It would have been so much easier. I could have allowed his revelation to take control and release me to self-sabotage my own outcomes. The thing was, I wanted a totally different life, and this meant facing my biggest fear, being alone and unloved. Wasn't I worth loving? Didn't I deserve to have wonderful things happen to me? My thoughts played tug of war inside my head. You're not deserving. You're not good enough. You're worthy of this man's love. There were so many things to hold me back, but only if I let them. I had to make a decision for me, a decision that proved I respected myself, and there it was. I was going to move forward no matter what the outcome. I respected myself. I could see a life with this man, but only on my terms. What do you want me to say? I said after several moments of silence. We've only been out a couple of times and it's not like I've slept with you. He was astounded. I suspect he'd been expecting me to scream and yell and get completely upset, but I didn't. The old me might have, not the new me. The changes I'd made in my life allowed me to respond rationally, to breathe, to think through my thoughts in a calm and relaxed way. I was grateful to the alcoholic for giving me the opportunity to practice responding to unexpected things. It was like I had the best teacher in the world. I respected myself now. This lovely man was torn, I could see that. As he talked things through, I kept it short, to the point, because I was clear on my values and I knew what I would accept and what I wouldn't. Reminding him of my standards and my values, I then said, "You can't have it both ways, but I'm not here to give you the answer. You have to make a decision for yourself." It wasn't an ultimatum, but it was clear. The woman he'd met or me? She's engaged, he said. Well, I said, "You have a very big decision to make then." I allowed him to talk some more and then I finished the conversation. "If you decide to go down that path with this other woman, don't think you can come back to me as your second choice, because that won't happen." We didn't stay for long. He had a lot to consider and I needed the space. Sure, I was frustrated, but I was proud of myself for being strong. I had an easy conscience. He, on the other hand, had a lot to think about. The next day he rang me and he said I told this woman he didn't want to see her again. It was so very different from the situation with my first husband, who had chosen me because I was pregnant with his child, yet continued to have contact with the other woman until she stopped the communication. I didn't respect myself back then, but I wasn't that person anymore. This time he chose me for me, or rather, I chose me. I respected me. I wasn't desperate, but I deserved to be treated with respect, not a doormat for others to wipe their feet on, as I'd been in the past. I'll cherish those memories for the rest of my life, because it was honestly the first time I'd ever experienced true love. It was the most magical time, and I knew I loved this man with all my heart. And I wondered if, finally, the caterpillar had turned into a butterfly and found her wings. On reflection of that time, I met the most wonderful, loving and respectful man, because I had changed. I attracted something so much better, and I deserved that in my life. I had stayed on the path I was previously so comfortable with. I may have attracted another dysfunctional relationship and another and another. Thankfully, I trusted and believed in the new Tracy, even when everyone else wanted me to stay on the path of the old Tracy. I'm so grateful that I found my intuition and stayed my course for something better. Are you ready to change? Do you know what you're going to do to start that process of change? Here are the rules for change that I set myself. Which ones do you think you could action? Set some time each day for you. Don't allow people to speak to you in a disrespectful way. Be conscious of the way you speak to others. Start to question your standards and your values, and make sure they align with the person you want to become. Set yourself a little goal about what you will accept and what you won't accept. Step away from people who don't align with your standards and your values. Make room for people who do. Take baby steps to get you where you want to go. Have a vision and spend some time in that vision for your life every day. Know that you are worthy of respect. Love yourself first. And here's a quote that I'll leave you with from Deepak Chopra. In the process of letting go, you will lose many things from the past. but you will find yourself.